Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll get a chance to see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings as they match up with the NFL's all-time passing leader, Drew Brees, and the New Orleans Saints. With that, let's get over to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome with the call from New Orleans. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Charles Davis alongside me, and I'm Brandon Godden. And, folks, the wait is over. Yes, it's just the preseason, but football is back in your living room.
And I'm excited. I know you are as well. The summer heat feels good on these old bones, especially because we're not putting on pads. We don't have to be out there in that heat running into other people. But I'm glad these guys are. Football is back.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out come the Vikings with Kirk Cousins leading the way. Cousins surprisingly efficient in his first season as a member of the Vikings. He hit on better than 70% of his passes, second only to Drew Brees, and was actually just the 6th ever NFL quarterback to finish a season above that 70% mark. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Just like that.
Throwing is Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away. Quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Brees. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. This from 42 yards out. And Lutz's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. David Onyemata there on the tackle. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
And running back Dalvin Cook was drafted in 2017 to be the lead runner for the Vikings, and he should love what they're putting in for him in 2019. This is a run-first, run-heavy offense as dictated by their head coach. Dalvin Cook should get more than enough carries to threaten 1,000 yards rushing this season.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And now a look at the Saints starting defense.
What I love about Cameron Jordan's game is that it's so varied. He can play the run so effectively. Also rushes the passer, and at times, he'll run with a receiver downfield. You name it, Cam Jordan does it, and he does it with some flair.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
To throw is Cousins. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, but now it'll be 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. Marcus Sherrill's deep for the Saints. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
In his 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017, just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Check. Walk it before.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get...
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Ready. 95-56.
Hey, check.
On 2nd and 9, Brees. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done? Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They start the drive with Cook. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They run with a former Viking and Raider. It's Latavius Murray. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 25 on second down, Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. First catch for last year's NFL catch leader, and it's a first down.
Come on, one thing for sure, you know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a third down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. This is first and goal from about the 8. They'll try to run it in with Murray. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. To throw, it's Breeze. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. Matthews, the intended target.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. Throwing on second and 8. Cousins. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? On first down, Murray. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And Lutz puts this one through. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's Kirk Cousins now, the centerpiece of our player spotlight. And I guess right now as we look at some of his struggles today, the term next play really applies here. He's got to move on.
I love where your head is on that because that's where his head needs to be, exactly what you've said. Yes, there have been mistakes made, but he's got to move on and play the next play as if it didn't happen, keep his confidence up. But how about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've got to be feeling great about what's going on right now. They've already gotten to him a few times. They want to keep that up. Maybe they can pick off a few more.
Yeah, they disrupted already for 3 INTs. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They go play action. Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch the screen.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This is complete. Cousins to Treadwell. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Kayvon Webster on the defensive side, able to get a hand in.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Matt Weil now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef, they want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
From the pistol, they run it with Murray. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Breeze's throw on target to Cook. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
This is Murray. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. 6-0 our score after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Saints 6, Vikings nothing.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
First down, Minnesota.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
We got 4. We got 4.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Got it. 43 to mine. Hey, here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find Chad Beebe that time, but now it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11th. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. Open man, it's Keith Kirkwood. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Keith Kirkwood started to work his way into the rotation midway through his rookie season. Undrafted out of Temple, had his first catch against the Cincinnati Bengals, and really came on in the late season. A couple of touchdowns in the regular season, and one more for good measure in the playoffs. Keith Kirkwood's future is bright.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. 10th carry of the game now, Murray. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 19. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
On first down, Murray. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And it's caught, the tight end Hill. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Bridgewater. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
And they begin the drive with Abdullah. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Get the ball.
On first down, Abdullah. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line. This quarterback now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. They run with Abdullah. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Go, 50, plant. 43 in the front, 43. Check, 43.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this one complete to Smith. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 33.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd and 4. It's caught, Smith. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 8. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And our attention here turns to Latavius Murray. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
A run. It's Murray. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5. Up to the 25-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
14 yards is the pickup, first down, New Orleans. This quarterback now a perfect 6 for 6 since taking over. Can't ask for better than that, 1st and 10. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Bridgewater now. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they're the recipient of a nice gift here late in the half with a real chance to put points on the board.
And it's been a difficult half for them in terms of putting points on the board. So here with this gift, with this opportunity, they've got to find a way to cash it in.
On the ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the delay, this is Abdullah. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now.
2nd and 3. Complete. Smith has it. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., 30 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And that one will give them the lead here as we approach halftime. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again here, Teddy Bridgewater coming back onto the field. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Throwing is Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have a 1st down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This is one of two Friday night games here in preseason week number 1, with Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh currently in the third quarter. We had 11 games last night and 3 more tomorrow night to wrap things up. Cincinnati, Kansas City, the Rams in Oakland, and the Cowboys visiting the 49ers. In our game, the defenses look to be ready for the regular season. Maybe not the offenses just yet, but still a half to go as we get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run.
From the gun, Bridgewater. It's Hill, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. They run again with Murray. He's seen a ton of action tonight. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
From the 36, Bridgewater. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Keep doing it. Touchdown, baby. I see you over there.
Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Next to score, Vikings 17.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Mackenzie Alexander in on the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
From the 29, Bridgewater. They complete it to Hill. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go again.
Here's Murray. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. You got three down.
Play action now. Bridgewater. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
4 down.
They run from the shotgun with Murray. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle there by Stephen Weatherly. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A 20th carry coming up now for Murray. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
They go back to Murray on first down. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Switch up, switch up.
The Vikings 14-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. On 3rd down, Murray. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. He needed 9, he got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Lutz's kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has. That offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Wes Horton. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Running from the gun, it's Abdullah. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. So they went a little cautious there on 3rd and long.
Man, nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a first down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is brought in at the 21. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here I come again.
From just shy of midfield, Bridgewater. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run the counter with Murray. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
On the draw, here's Allen. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They start the drive with Abdullah. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
First down, Vikings.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area. You may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll set up a throw. It's caught. Mitchell.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Following the penalty, Abdullah. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Craig Robertson in on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10. And his throw here's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. On 3rd down, Abdullah. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards done in Seattle. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They're going to get 9 here on 1st down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Throwing, Bridgewater. He finds Latavius Murray, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the delay, this is Murray. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Got it. 50, Mike, 50. Double dog. That's the way.
On second and 12, Bridgewater. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The tight end, Josh Hill, was the target, and it's third down. The Saints on third down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. This is third down and 12. They run with Murray. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. That'll be good for 6, but now it's fourth down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now Bridgewater on fourth down. And he will find his man on the outside. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
They run the draw play. Allen. Give him a couple on the carry there. Second and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 25 on second down, Bridgewater going with a screen for Murray. That one a first down pickup of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on.
On first down, Murray. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go.
On second and 7, Bridgewater. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter.
Big score. First step in their attempt to climb back into this game.
Yes, but still some work to do as they get within a score here. All right, right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Abdullah on the counter. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Second down and inches. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
They go back to Abdullah on first. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Vince Beagle, the one to bring him down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden, they're down. Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw, Bridgewater. He gets it to Matthews, complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Murray. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Bridgewater now from the 50. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 45. And they begin the drive with Abdullah. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. This is Abdullah. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Go now. 18 Gator.
Second and 11. And and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. A shotgun handoff. This is Abdullah. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 6. A run. It's Murray. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there. Good for a Saints 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Buddy up. Squeeze. On the ball.
This is Murray. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater, and Matthews makes a grab. The Saints on 3rd down, not so hot, 2 for 9 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Allen, and he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 3rd down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll.
You got nothing to that. You got nothing.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Murray. Murray has the first down and more. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run. This is Allen. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. One man in the backfield, Murray on 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Keith Kirkwood that time, but now it's 3rd and goal. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Punching it in from a yard away. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Well, nothing complicated about that. That's old-school power football.
And effective. And that's the key to everything, right? Sometimes we try and do too many things. Just hand it to the big guy and let him go forward.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by a field goal, 2:19 to play. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Check, 43. Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Big grip.
On the delay, this is Abdullah. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
On the set.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. The throw complete to Beebe. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They run with Abdullah. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They're going to run it with Abdullah. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
They had to convert there on 4th down, and they ran the football. Major surprise, but they pick it up. Now they've got to really hurry.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
I'm going back to you. 42.
Running from the gun, it's Abdullah. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Set 90, Wolf.
Man left. Hey, we got 4 down.
On 1st down, Abdullah. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
At the 42-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Guys, game situation. Let's go. Back to the mic.
Back to throw. And it's complete to Mitchell. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. Here's Abdullah. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. This defense making some plays right now, aren't they?
And they look like a group that really locked in before this series started. Read their scouting reports, got back to reading their keys, and playing with excellent leverage up front.
Abdullah. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And out now come the Vikings. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a first throw here in overtime. It's caught. Smith. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Set, ready, 50, plant. Don't get nervous.
On the run, Abdullah. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Ready, ready. 10 Lobo.
Hey, pick your game up.
Following the penalty, Abdullah. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Looking to throw. He's got Smith here. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, fourth down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part one is done, now part two. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. What can Bridgewater do in the OT? His throw incomplete. Rashard Matthews, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
And nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They run from the shotgun with Murray, and that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it, because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And this is how the game has trended for him numbers-wise. He's really picked it up. And I got to be honest, I don't know schematically. This is where I need you. What does the defense need to do to get back to that start that they had on him?
You've got to harass him early in his route. Right off the line of scrimmage, someone needs to be there. So it's not what we call a free release, where he just gets into the route so easily. Because once he builds up momentum and speed, forget it, you're done. Knock him off of that, chip away at his timing, and then make sure you have a second person there in the vicinity as well. Too big and too strong, usually, for one person to handle.
At the 31-yard line.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh.
Watch tight end. 4 down. Alone.
Ready.
2nd and 9 now. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Ready. ready? Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. You got 4. You got it.
He'll look to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators would rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field.
It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Here's Murray. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 out low. I got you.
On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, what was the term that you just used a minute ago?
Well, especially in overtime, mistakes get magnified, so it's time for us to get our microscopes out, right? I mean, take a look at what's going on out there. That was very close to being a crucial play.
Yeah, got to look that ball in, didn't, and it hit the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On the delay, this is Murray. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Ready to break.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late.
60 out more.
Second and 6. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
Take it at the 37. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out onto the field comes New Orleans, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. From the gun, Bridgewater. And this is hauled in by Matthews. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. Part of the reason we're in overtime, all the interceptions he's thrown in this game, but that was a good throw right there.
He's really not daunted, is he, partner? I mean, it's been interception palooza for him, and he's still pushing it downfield, trying to make a play, and he was successful on that throw.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be second and 12. On second and 12, Bridgewater. It's Hill, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And that will break our tie and give him a 3-point lead. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So that